Most people believe walking more is the best way to stay healthy after 70. But what if doctors warn against relying on it too much? Walking is great to stay active, but if it's your only exercise, you might actually speed up aging instead of slowing it. As you age, your body needs more than walking to stay strong, keep balance, and protect joints. Relying only on walking can cause muscle loss, joint pain, and increase your risk of falling. That's why experts suggest that after 70, you should reduce walking and focus on 5 important areas instead. These are the secrets to maintaining strength, energy, and independence well into old age. In this video, we'll look at 5 essentials to focus on instead of just walking. Making these changes can boost mobility, guard bones, and add years to your life. Stay till the end. The last tip is rarely talked about but can hugely impact your lifespan. Before we start, if you haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss videos. If you like this video, type 1 in the comments. If not, type 0 and tell me how to improve it. First, strength training to keep your muscle mass. Walking keeps you mobile, but alone it won't build muscle. After 70, sarcopenia, the slow loss of muscle, becomes a big risk to independence. Walking mostly works your lower body and doesn't give muscles the resistance they need to stay strong. Doctors say strength training must be a top priority after 70. It fights muscle loss, improves balance, and helps avoid injuries and falls. If you can carry grocery bags easily, stand up from a chair without using your hands, or open jars, your muscles are still working well. If those tasks are harder, it means muscle weakness is creeping in, even if you don't notice it. If you don't actively keep strength up, your body will lose it naturally. Take Robert, 74. He walked daily, thinking it was enough, but then he struggled lifting a box and standing up from the couch. His doctor explained muscle loss isn't inevitable if you challenge your muscles. Robert added simple strength exercises, resistance bands, bodyweight squats, easy dumbbell moves. Within months, he felt stronger, steadier, and more energetic. Strength training doesn't mean heavy workouts. It can be simple: resistance bands, squats, push-ups against a counter, or lifting household items. The key is progressive resistance, gently challenging muscles to keep them strong. The benefits go beyond muscle strength, preserving muscle links to longer life, better mobility, and improved brain function. Try this test. Sit in a chair, then stand up without using your hands. If it's easy, that's good. If tough, it's time to focus on rebuilding strength. The good news, it's never too late to start. Strength training can reverse muscle loss, boost balance, and help maintain independence for years. So, if you're relying only on walking for exercise, take this as your wake-up call. Muscle health is key for longevity, especially after 70. If you find these tips helpful, type 1 in the comments. 2. Balance and stability exercises to reduce fall risk. Walking is great for activity, but doesn't always improve balance. Many don't realize this until it's too late. After 70, preventing falls is vital for health and independence. Falls often happen due to poor balance, not just weak legs. If you don't train balance, you may unknowingly raise your risk of falls. You might think your lifelong walking keeps balance strong, but balance weakens unless regularly exercised. Walking doesn't challenge the small stabilizer muscles in your feet, ankles, and core like targeted balance exercises. A weak balance means even a small misstep can cause serious falls, requiring long recovery. Think about last time standing on one foot or reaching high. Did you feel steady or hold on for support? Many only notice slipping balance after a near fall, which can cause fear and caution. Edward, 76, was active but lost balance stepping off a curb. He caught himself but realized his balance was fragile. His doctor recommended simple balance exercises: standing on one foot, shifting weight side to side, controlled movements. Within weeks, Edward felt stronger, steadier, and more confident. Balance exercises need no gym or fancy gear. Standing on one foot, walking heel to toe in a line, slow, controlled weight shifts. These improve stability and offer benefits beyond fall prevention: better posture, faster reflexes, and smoother coordination. To test balance, stand next to a counter, lift one foot, and hold for 10 seconds. If easy, great. If hard, balance needs work. Start now. Balance is often overlooked until too late, but training it helps you stay strong and independent longer. If you rely only on walking, give balance the attention it needs. The best way to prevent falls is teaching your body to stay steady. 3. Flexibility and mobility exercises to keep joints healthy. Walking moves your legs but doesn't improve flexibility much. After 70, flexibility is crucial as joints stiffen and range of motion shrinks, making movements harder. If turning your head feels tighter or bending down to tie shoes is harder, that's a sign your flexibility is declining. As mobility drops, so does independence. Many don't realize how crucial mobility is until they start losing it. Walking alone doesn't fully stretch muscles or engage all joint movements needed to keep them working well. Doctors stress that after 70, flexibility and mobility exercises are as important as staying active. They help you do daily tasks without pain or strain. Think about the last time you reached for something behind you or put on a jacket. Did it feel easy or stiff? Many ignore these signs as just aging, but muscles and connective tissues tighten over time, reducing flexibility. Walter, 78, still walked daily but noticed stiffness getting out of bed and bending down. His doctor explained mobility loss isn't just aging, it's about not moving joints through their full range. Walter added gentle stretches, controlled movements, and joint-specific exercises to his routine. Within weeks, he felt looser, more comfortable, and had better posture. Flexibility exercises aren't just touching toes. Dynamic stretches, controlled rotations, and gentle yoga-like moves make a big difference. Simple exercises like neck rotations, shoulder rolls, knee-to-chest stretches, and ankle circles help keep joints lubricated and pain-free. Benefits include fewer aches, better blood flow, improved posture, and lower fall risk. To test flexibility, stand tall and slowly turn your head fully side to side. If it feels tight or limited, your flexibility is decreasing. Now is the perfect time to act. Losing mobility isn't inevitable. Just a few minutes of daily stretching can keep your body younger, more mobile, and pain-free for years. If walking is your main exercise, add flexibility work to your routine. Keeping joints loose and movements smooth is key to staying active and independent after 70. If you find these tips useful, comment 3 below. 4. Core and posture exercises to protect your spine. Walking moves your legs but doesn't do much for core strength or posture, which become especially important after 70. A strong core isn't just about toned abs, it's about stability, preventing back pain, and keeping your spine aligned. If your core is weak, you may experience lower back discomfort, balance problems, or a tendency to hunch forward, all increasing fall and joint strain risk. Many don't realize how vital postural strength is until aches and stiffness appear. If you slouch, feel lower back stiffness, or struggle to stand tall, your core isn't fully supporting you. Walking alone doesn't activate deep stabilizing muscles in the abdomen and lower back. Doctors say after 70, core and posture exercises should be a priority. Harold, 75, walked daily but noticed rounded shoulders and back strain. His doctor explained poor posture was adding pressure on spine and joints, causing stiffness and balance risk. Harold added gentle core exercises, seated pelvic tilts, standing posture resets, abdominal bracing. Within weeks, he had less back pain, improved posture, and better breathing. Core exercises need no gym or special tools. Simple moves like standing tall against a wall, tightening lower abs while sitting, or slow rotations activate stabilizing muscles. Benefits go beyond posture. Strong core boosts balance, reduces joint strain, and supports digestion by stabilizing organs. Test your core. Stand with back flat against a wall, head, shoulders, hips touching. If it feels awkward, your posture needs work. Start building core strength sooner rather than later. Core strength and good posture help you stay active, avoid injuries, and even look younger. If you only walk for exercise, it's time to focus on muscles that keep you upright and strong. Walking is great, but if it's your only movement, it can strain joints, especially after 70. With age, cartilage wears down, joint fluid decreases, and shock absorption weakens. Many seniors notice stiff knees, aching hips, or foot pain, even if active lifelong. The problem isn't walking itself. Walking alone doesn't give your joints the support they need. Many believe joint pain is just normal aging, but stiffness often worsens faster without active protection. Walking can worsen joint problems because it repeatedly stresses the same joints. Doctors now suggest reducing walking after 70 and focusing more on low-impact movements that protect joints. Think about the last long walk. Did you feel energized or notice aching joints, stiffness, or discomfort? If walking leaves you sore, your joints may not be supported enough. Raymond, 77, walked daily but developed stiff knees and lower back pain. His doctor advised cutting back on high-impact and adding low-impact exercises. Raymond began gentle swimming, cycling, and flexibility exercises. Within weeks, his pain dropped without stopping movement. Joint-friendly activities include water exercises, cycling, tai chi, and chair stretches. They increase blood flow, improve lubrication, and strengthen muscles without straining joints. Benefits go beyond pain relief: better mobility, less stiffness, and easier movement for years. To check joint health, sit then stand without using hands. Notice if knees and hips move smoothly or feel stiff. Aches mean your joints need care. Switching to joint-friendly moves can make a big difference. Strong joints preserve mobility, protect independence, and make every step easier. If walking is your only exercise, start prioritizing joint health with helpful movements. If you're still watching and find these tips useful, comment 5 below. Now, let's wrap up. Final thoughts. If you've relied only on walking, you might not realize how much your body needs more than steps to stay strong, flexible, and pain-free. After 70, focus on protecting muscle mass, improving balance, increasing flexibility, strengthening your core, reducing joint strain. These key areas help you stay active and independent for years. Many think aging means slowing down, but your body can improve at any age. Whether working on strength, balance, flexibility, or posture, small changes make a big difference in how you move, feel, and how long you stay independent. The key is to start now. Muscle, balance, and joint health decline slowly, but you can slow or even reverse it. Which of these 5 areas do you need to work on most? Have you noticed changes in strength, balance, or mobility? Please share in the comments. One thing you learned and how you'll apply it. Your thoughts motivate us a lot. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us keep creating content that informs and inspires. Thank you for watching. We look forward to seeing you in the next video.